Are you slowly becoming a slave not to a tyrant but to your own wasted time? This video is your mirror. It reveals how every moment of hesitation chips away at your strength, how inaction is not neutral, it's sabotage. Machiavelli understood this truth. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It is a silent betrayal of your own potential. Only the bold, the disciplined, the decisive rise above mediocrity. If power, control, and respect are what you desire, then understand this. Time is your enemy if you let it go unused. This is your warning shot. Time doesn't pity you. It doesn't slow down for your struggle. It doesn't reward your dreams. It moves without feeling, without pause, without mercy. And yet, most men act as though they are time's master, as if time will wait until they are ready, as if the world will stand still until they find motivation. That's the lie. That is the illusion the weak cling to, that time is gentle, that it gives second chances. But time is a blade, not a blanket. It cuts quietly, without ceremony, and you only realize its damage when it's far too late. I have watched kings, traitors, and generals fall, not because of enemies, but because they misjudged time. It is the most brutal form of power. It either elevates you if you seize it, or crushes you if you squander it. A man does not fall in a day, he rots slowly, not from attack, but from empty days stacked on top of one another. He says tomorrow too often, delays action, avoids conflict, and wakes up to find that his moment has passed, and that power has already chosen someone else. You wonder why others move ahead while you stand still, why men with no more intellect than you conquer more, achieve more, become more. Often, it's not because they're better. It's because they are ruthless with their time. They move while others wait. They act while others think. The average man gets seduced by comfort, distractions, cheap pleasures. But the wise one, he understands. Every wasted second is a gift to his rivals. Time isn't passive. It's not a ticking clock in the background. It is alive, it picks sides, and if you do nothing, it sides against you. Your silence gives your enemies time to grow, to scheme, to build. You sit still while the world charges forward, and the world, it has no sympathy for those who fall behind. Men waste time because they cannot see it. They treat it like air, endless, weightless, free. But if every second were a gold coin, would you still throw it away on meaningless distractions? Would you spend it on people who don't matter? No. You would guard it, hoard it, value it. That's exactly what time is the currency of empires. No king has ruled without mastering it. No artist, no philosopher, no general ever achieved greatness without it. Master time, and you master life. Ignore it, and you become its prisoner. I've seen princes undone not by war, but by calendars. They delayed decisions, thinking they had time, but time doesn't wait. Delay is the favorite excuse of the unworthy. They dress it up in clever words, strategy, patience, self-care. But behind it all is fear. Fear of failure, fear of action, fear of truth. So they do nothing, and doing nothing is not neutral. It is surrender, because time doesn't stop. If you're not using it, someone else is, against you. That's why the powerful move with urgency. That's why the ambitious never rest. It's not anxiety, it's awareness. They understand what others deny. The clock isn't ticking for them. It's ticking against them. It's not measuring your potential. It's measuring your movement. And when that clock hits zero, there are no appeals, no justifications. Only the truth of what you did with it. Ask yourself, how much time have you fed to things that serve no purpose? How many hours have you handed to empty talk, to scrolling, to waiting for the right moment? How many days have you thrown away, hoping the world would improve while refusing to improve yourself? Most won't ask, because they fear the answer. But if you wish to rise, truly rise, you must face it. You must feel the weight of your wasted time. Only then will you treat every minute like a weapon. Only then will you stop playing victim to the clock and start ruling it. Why do you think rulers distract their people with pleasure and noise? Because idle men are easier to control. A man who lives in comfort, not ambition, becomes soft, predictable. He doesn't question, doesn't plan, doesn't rise. He just reacts. He waits, and to those in power, there is no better subject than one who waits. The idle man thinks he has chosen rest, but in truth, rest has chosen him. He hasn't found peace, he's found paralysis. He's not living, he's being used. Every time he delays, scrolls, indulges in comfort, he becomes a tool, and tools are used. The powerful manipulate time, not just their own, but yours. They fill your hours with distraction, fear, and triviality, because a man lost in entertainment is no threat. He doesn't resist, he doesn't compete, he doesn't build. He simply becomes noise, part of the machine. Replaceable, forgettable. You think your delay only affects you. You're wrong. Your procrastination is a gift to the ambitious. While you sleep, they study. While you doubt, they execute. While you hesitate, they conquer. In this world, the man who delays kneels before the man who moves. You either master time now, or be mastered by those who do. Great revolutions weren't won by passive men. They were sparked by those who acted while others waited. The powerful don't have more hours. They just use them better. While the idle man drifts, the powerful man commands. And here's the truth most cannot bear. When you delay, when you waste time, you open the door for others to rule you. Because if you won't lead yourself, someone else will. Tyrants love a distracted population. They thrive when minds lack purpose. Idle minds become easy to control. They follow trends, obey algorithms, seek commands. They fear silence. They cannot sit alone with their ambition, because it's already dead, buried under years of delay. Never mistake inaction for safety. It is not stillness. It is slow surrender. A man who doesn't act doesn't stay who he is. He becomes less. And then he becomes dependent on approval, on instruction, on control. He becomes a subject. What you refuse to rule in yourself will be ruled by others. Don't envy the disciplined, study them. Their strength doesn't come from talent. It comes from an unwillingness to let time use them. They're not perfect. They're not always inspired, but they are brutal with their hours. They fight not with weapons, but with calendars, with choices, with control. Every time you choose comfort over purpose, you're building a prison of your own making, and once inside, you'll beg to be led. You'll crave the very chains you once resisted, because you never learned to command yourself. The idle man is not just harmless. He is dangerous to himself, to his destiny, to those who depend on him. Because when it's time to rise, he'll still be sleeping. When the world calls for action, he'll have nothing left but excuses and regret. You think politics happens only in parliaments or behind podiums. Wrong. Every man lives inside politics. Every meeting, every silence, every habit is political, and every day is a campaign. The world watches you. It weighs your words, your posture, your presence. Your value is being calculated. You are always campaigning not for office, but for relevance. Power isn't declared. It's built in the unseen moments. In what you do when no one's looking. When you waste time, others use it. They move ahead, quietly, steadily. While you spin in place, they build their empires. The throne does not go to the most gifted, it goes to the most precise. Greatness is not born in flashes of brilliance. It is born in quiet, repeated discipline. Today is not a throwaway. It is not a warm-up. It is not rest. It is a battlefield. Every choice is a campaign, every hour a weapon. You are either building your fortress or letting it crumble. The world is a chessboard. The pieces are always moving. If you're not making moves, you're becoming one. People are watching, even when they say they're not. Friends, rivals, strangers, they're reading you, measuring you. If they see softness, hesitation, laziness, they will adjust accordingly. Power slips the moment you stop acting like someone worthy of it. Power does not arrive in a roar. It accumulates in whispers, in quiet discipline, in the books you read while others gossip, in the hours you grind while others coast, in the decision to observe rather than speak. These are not small things. These are political maneuvers. Life is war even in peace, and if you're not moving forward, you are being out-maneuvered. You want respect, freedom, power, then show it in your time. You cannot campaign for a crown while living like a peasant. You cannot ask to be taken seriously while drifting, scrolling, and numbing yourself into mediocrity. The war has moved on. You're still in the same place. That's not safety, it's defeat. The most dangerous man isn't loud. He is quiet, intentional, unshaken. He doesn't broadcast his plans. He builds them. While others talk, he acts. By the time the world notices, it's too late. He's already taken the position you were dreaming of. This is how power moves, subtle, daily, relentless. The future isn't a surprise, it's a pattern. And the pattern starts now, not tomorrow, not later, now. This minute, this breath. Men walk like they are immortal, throwing away time like they own it. They dream of success while drowning in comfort. They speak of ambition while refusing to lead themselves. They wait, and their dreams rot in the delay. Your future self is a slave to your present. If you feed him effort, he will be strong. If you feed him delay, he will be broken. You've been lied to, told that time is something to manage, but time isn't yours to tame. It is yours to obey. Ride its current or drown in it. Each moment of comfort over discipline chips away at your future. Every avoidance is silent decay. You won't hear it break, but one day you'll wake up to ruins, not because you lacked ability, but because you refused to build. Let us not speak of goals, but of war. The war between who you are and who you must become. You think motivation is the answer. No, motivation is a visitor. Discipline is the sword. It is forged in repetition, in resistance, in fire. Only the disciplined survive long enough to see their vision. You dream of marble halls and golden crowns, but you refuse to mix the mortar, to lay the bricks. Your palace remains a fantasy in your mind, untouched by labor. What you do today is not small. It is not just a day. It is a vote for your future or against it. You either sharpen your habits into blades or let them rust into shackles. No one is coming to save you. No one is forcing you to rise. Clarity, discipline, order, these must be carved by your own hands. Say it with me, this time is mine. This hour is not for wasting. This day will not vanish like the last. There is no success without structure, no crown without cost, no greatness without the painful discipline of effort. The ones who rise were not lifted. They clawed their way through doubt, delay, and distraction. They weren't always the smartest, but they were the most ruthless with the moment. The weak man waits for opportunity. The strong man builds it. While others dream, he moves. While others scroll, he strikes. And when the future comes, he's not afraid. He meets it prepared because he built it, stone by stone, with his own hands. Time is not your ally. It is your test. And if you don't master it, it will master you. The idle are ruled, the distracted fall. The hesitant are used as tools. This world does not reward the gifted. It rewards the relentless. Each day is a battlefield, and every wasted second feeds your enemy. So the question is no longer, what should I do? The question is, how much longer will you let time rule you? Because the clock, it isn't ticking for you, it's ticking against you.